why your brain loves lying to you, even when you swear it's honest. Let's jump right into this. Number 7. Confirmation bias circus. Ever notice how your brain magically finds evidence to prove you're right no matter what? That's confirmation bias, the brain's favorite self-deception trick. You think pineapple on pizza is an abomination? Suddenly, every headline, every meme, and every YouTube comment proves your opinion. Meanwhile, counter-arguments just bounce off your skull like Nerf darts. This happens because your brain hates discomfort. Accepting evidence that contradicts your beliefs feels like a mini identity crisis. So your neurons quietly curate the world to keep you comfy. It's like living in a mental echo chamber where you're always the smartest, most reasonable person because all the inconvenient data got kicked out. Evolutionarily, this probably helped. Sticking with the tribe's beliefs boosted survival. Doubting everything could get you ostracized or worse. But in today's world, it means you'll happily Google reasons I'm right while ignoring the fact that you might actually be wrong. It's like your brain has its own PR department, spinning reality so you look good in every headline. The result? A lifetime of self-reinforcing illusions where you're always the hero, and opposing viewpoints are automatically labeled as fake news. Basically, confirmation bias turns your brain into your biggest hype man and your worst fact-checker. Number 6. The spotlight delusion. You walk into a room with a coffee stain on your shirt and immediately think, everyone is staring at me. They all noticed. I am officially a walking embarrassment. Except, no. Most people didn't even glance your way because they're too busy worrying about their own imaginary spotlight. This is called the spotlight effect, and it's your brain exaggerating how much attention you get. Studies show that people drastically overestimate how noticeable their mistakes, outfits, or awkward moments are. In reality, others are so consumed with their own self-image dramas, they barely clock your coffee stain or that time you tripped on the sidewalk and pretended it was part of the dance. Evolution may have wired us this way because social survival was once critical. Being noticed by your tribe for good or bad could mean the difference between belonging and being left behind. But now, it just means you're paranoid that your coworkers are still thinking about that one time you mispronounced quinoa. Spoiler, they're not. So yeah, the spotlight effect is your brain gaslighting you into believing you're the main character in everyone's sitcom. In reality, you're just an extra in the background of their story. Number 5. The Optimism Scam. Here's a brutal one. Your brain is a con artist that keeps whispering, it'll be fine. Psychologists call it the optimism bias. You underestimate your chances of divorce, disease, car accidents, or getting struck by lightning. Meanwhile, you overestimate your odds of winning the lottery or finally sticking to that New Year's resolution. The optimism bias keeps you moving forward. Sure, it makes you take risks, start businesses, or ask people out. But it also tricks you into not buying insurance, ignoring warning signs, or assuming the one drink won't hurt logic that lands you in a ditch. It's a double-edged sword, motivating but also dangerously misleading. From an evolutionary standpoint, optimism was useful. Believing the hunt would go well kept people from starving. Thinking tomorrow would be better kept tribes from giving up. But in modern life, it's the reason you think, I'll pay off that credit card later, while ordering another Amazon package you can't afford. Basically, your brain is that overly positive friend who cheers you on while steering you directly into traffic. Encouraging? Yes. Reliable? Absolutely not. Number 4. The control illusion. You press the crosswalk button. You mash the elevator button 17 times. You blow on dice before rolling them. Congratulations, you've just been scammed by the illusion of control. Your brain is obsessed with believing your actions influence random outcomes, even when they don't. Psychologists have tested this over and over. People feel more confident rolling dice themselves than letting someone else do it, even though physics doesn't care about your superstition. Slot machines? Casinos rake in billions because players swear pulling the lever themselves is luckier. Spoiler, it's not. Your brain just hates admitting how much of life is chaos. Evolutionarily, believing in control had survival perks. If you thought your rituals or actions influenced the weather, the hunt, or the harvest, at least you kept trying. That persistence boosted survival. But now, it means people wear lucky socks to job interviews and genuinely think pressing the closed door button in an elevator actually speeds things up. By the way, most of those buttons aren't even wired to anything. They exist purely to pacify your lying brain. So yeah, the illusion of control is like a placebo your brain hands you so you don't spiral into existential dread. Cute, but also hilariously pathetic. Number 3. The multitasking myth. You probably think you can multitask, listen to a podcast, scroll Instagram, and reply to emails all at once. Wrong. Your brain can't multitask. What it's really doing is rapid task switching, which is like juggling knives while blindfolded. Each switch burns mental energy, slows reaction time, and increases mistakes. But here's the kicker. Your brain convinces you you're good at it. You feel productive, but studies show multitasking reduces efficiency by up to 40%. That's almost half your brain power flushed down the toilet. Even worse, heavy multitaskers are more easily distracted, which means your brain is lying to you and training itself to get worse at focus the more you practice. 1. Evolution might have nudged this because staying alert to multiple stimuli, fire, predators, crying baby, boosted survival. But that doesn't translate well into modern life where the predator is Slack notifications and TikTok videos. Instead, you're just frying your brain like an overloaded circuit board. Basically, multitasking is your brain's equivalent of saying, "Trust me, I got this," right before tripping, dropping everything, and setting the house on fire. Number 2, the anchoring trap. Picture this. You're buying a used car. The seller says $10,000. Instantly, that number lodges in your brain like a splinter. Even if you negotiate down to 7, you feel like you scored a deal, when in reality, the car is only worth 5. That's the anchoring effect. Your brain's tendency to latch onto the first number, word, or idea it hears and treat it like gospel. It happens everywhere. Salespeople toss out inflated prices, and your brain happily recalibrates your sense of value around them. Job interviews? The first salary number discussed shapes the entire conversation. Even random, irrelevant anchors can sway you, like people guessing the number of countries in Africa being influenced by spinning a wheel rigged with random digits. Your brain doesn't just love anchors, it drowns in them. Evolutionarily, anchoring probably helped with quick decisions. Early humans didn't have time to weigh every option, so the first info they got became the default. But today, it's why you overpay for discounted sweaters and fall for infomercial pricing schemes. Basically, anchoring is your brain handing con artists the keys to your wallet. Number 1, the confidence lie. Here's the most dangerous lie your brain tells. I know what I'm doing. Spoiler, it doesn't. Humans are chronically overconfident. We overestimate our intelligence, driving skills, attractiveness, you name it. Ask a room of people if they're above average drivers, and about 90% will say yes. Mathematically impossible, but your brain insists otherwise. This delusion is known as the Dunning-Kruger effect, where the least competent people often have the most confidence, while genuinely skilled people doubt themselves. Your brain essentially hands out gold medals for ignorance, just to keep your fragile ego afloat. It's like awarding yourself best chef after successfully microwaving ramen. From an evolutionary perspective, confidence was useful. Acting decisive even when clueless could rally tribes and improve survival odds. But in modern times, it leads to disastrous decisions. Financial crashes, bad leadership, karaoke renditions of Bon Jovi that no one asked for. So yeah, your brain's biggest lie is convincing you you're smarter, safer, and more capable than you really are. Comforting? Sure. Accurate? Not even close. Basically, your brain is your own personal hype man, but one that routinely gets you into trouble. That's everything for today's video. I'll keep making more like this, so subscribe if you want to see them.